Okay, here we are. I don't know why it has been the day for things to go awry for Gray when he is doing anything he's trying to do to be successful, but the stream is working, and here we are on the top of the first. Bases loaded for the Phinz, 1 out, and a 3-0 count on Emma Mansfield, and a called strike. Phinz enter, trying to join the hodgepodge at 8-3. Phinz are 7-3 on the summer. The Impact are 4-6. They're trying to move into a tie for 6th with the rodeo. And Bree Bunsick is in the circle, the freshman last year out of Western Carolina. Go over her line entering this game because it was pretty good. It's back to the circle. And a double play will get out of the inning. All right, it's getting better for Bree Bunsick. The double play wraps up the first, and no runs come across for the Phinz. So, in the spirit of full disclosure, we'll walk you through everything that happened in the top of the first inning. Destiny Washington singled up the middle. Lily Palco popped out. Taya Charlton walked. Avery Miller singled. And then Emma Mansfield hit into a double play. We'll go over the Phinz lineup in full next time they're up at the plate. Bree Bunsick entering this game a 1.14 ERA, 1-0 record, 12 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 16 strikeouts. And we will give you the lineup for the Impact in just a moment. I'm going to pause and make sure nothing crashes. That would be ideal. Here on Field 2 at the FGCL. Oh, and I'm Gray Robertson, in case you forgot. I'll be back. Here's the starting lineup for the Manatee Impact, coached by Ashley Prangy. Bree Bunsick, the starting pitcher, is hitting leadoff today with Sammy Linhair, the left fielder, batting second. Harley Chisholm, the Florida State Seminole and shortstop, bats third, with Megan Towery, the center fielder, hitting fourth. Brianna Santangelo, the right fielder, is in the 5 spot. Maddie Parker, the catcher, is batting sixth. Jayla Mitchell, the third baseman, bats seventh. Kaylin Boring, the 8th hitter, is in the second base position. Batting ninth is the first baseman Cam Nolte, and the extra hitter Autumn Russell is batting 10th. They're taking on in the circle the player out of Kennesaw State, Taylor Daniel, a 9.11 ERA, but don't call the ambulance for her because she's 4-1 so far on the summer. 27 2/3 innings, 52 hits, 43 runs, 36 earned, 7 walks, and 5 strikeouts. ERA a little elevated, but she's found a way to get the wins for the Phinz here this summer. Taking on an Impact offense that's kind of smack dab in the middle of the FGCL offensive rankings. And a first pitch strike to Bree Bunsick, the starting pitcher. Bree batting .318, 7 of 22 with an RBI, a triple, 4 runs, OBP at .348. Pulled back the bunt, 1-1. Well, we're sorry that the internet died on us at the beginning of the game, but if you want to join the conversation, hit me up on Twitter at Gray_Robertson. We will read your message. Miller family, I know you're there, so tweet me at Gray_Robertson. We will also, throughout the day, update you on the happenings over at Field 1. Top of the first, Loggerheads and the Slice battling it out. Slice first place in the FGCL by a game and a half on the Swashbucklers. And, in fact, the Loggerheads just scored on a solo home run to take the lead. So, stay with a side eye on that one, see how it progresses here in our final window of the week. Bunsick reaches and sends, and that'll fall in center field. Leadoff base runner for the Impact. Here's the defense for the Phinz. Washington is in left, Foster in center, Charlton in right. Hershey is getting the start over at third, Mansfield at short, Palco at second, Miller at first, and Belair is behind the plate. And here is Akron's Sammy Linhair. First pitch foul. Linhair batting .273, 6 of 22 with 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 3 runs. And she rips that to second. Chance for 2. Easy does it. And our second double play of the game already. First pitch strike on Harley Chisholm, team leader in batting average, one of the best in the FGCL. 15 of 28, 536 with 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 8 runs. OBP at 581 for the Seminole. As we've discussed throughout the summer, joining a long lineage of FSU players who've either redshirted or not gotten a ton of work as freshmen, come to the FGCL and been ready to shine. But Charlton colliding with the fence makes a great grab and foul ground to wrap up a speedy first inning. Oh, we love that. Efficiency at its finest as we go to the second, scoreless between the Phinz and the Impact. Bunsick back in the circle, and we will give you the full Phinz lineup. We've already seen Washington, Palco, Charlton, Miller, and Mansfield. This is Morgan Foster, the center fielder, batting 6th. McKenna Belair, the catcher's in the 7th spot. Simone Edge, the DP, bats 8th. Hershey is at 3rd in the 9 hole, and Diaz is the 10 hitter. Morgan Foster, Adam McNeese. Batting .409, 9 of 22, 4 RBIs, a triple, 2 doubles, and 4 runs. You know, the part that nobody cares about until it happens, all-star teams are going to be brutal this year because we're going to have 2 divisions of 7 teams with 15 slots and a personal requirement. I make it my mission. Every team is going to have at least 1. So that leaves 8 spots for everybody else to get multiple people in. There are going to be some tough cuts. And I say that looking at a team, frankly, like the Phinz, with a team batting average close to 380, where you've got everybody hitting over 350 or better with similar RBI numbers. There are going to be some kids who probably, if they were on another team, would make the All-Star team, but math might not work in their favor. Kind of happened to the Squeeze last year. They had 7 kids all hitting over 325, and 3 of them made the All-Star team. Foster hits this out to left. The wind is picked up. That's not helping. And the catch is made by Lindhair. For out number 1, Lindhair is in left for the impact, as I just said. Towery's in center. Santangelo's in right. Mitchell's over at third. Chisholm at short. Boring at second. Nolte at first. And Parker is behind the plate. And here is McKenna Belair. We've gone away from the goggles on the helmet the last few outings. Right over that Ole Miss logo on the helmet. Belair, 7 of 19, 2 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 6 runs. On-base percentage of .455. The 0-1. Oh, this is going to be weird. Bunsick will field it. Thought that would have more side spin than it did. 2 down. Oh yeah, scoreboard update from the other field. Solo homer by the Slice. See if I can get a look. Can't remember who that is, but whoever she is, she tied the game at 1 in the bottom of the first. Number 8. Strike 1 to Simone Edge. Newest addition to the Drexel Dragons. 2 for 20 on the summer. 2 RBIs. One of those RBIs walked it off. An RBI fielder's choice last night against the Snowbirds. A double and 3 runs for Edge. Swing and a miss. We do have a tweet from Christine Miller. We're here, go Phinz. I knew it. Thank you for always being reliable. You know what, Millers? I have done multiple rodeo games, multiple swashbucklers games. I'm calling them out. I'm doing it. All summer, not a word from anyone. I love the interaction. Thanks. That's grounded over to short. Long throw. And in plenty of time from Chisholm. He keeps on showing out to send us to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here on field 2. Phinz and Impact. Megan Towery out of Belmont Abbey will start things. One of the leaders in RBIs in the FGCL. And she takes a called strike one. It's 4-5-6 for the impact. Towery, Santangelo, and Parker. Towery 11 for 26, 423 average, 13 RBIs, 2 homers, and 7 runs scored, 464 on base percentage. Gets underneath that out towards Washington. 1 down. And here is Bree Santangelo out of Columbia. 7 for 19, 368 average, 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 4 runs. Impact hitting 316 as a team. Kind of right around that upper middle of the pack portion of the batting average ranks. Two and out. That's off of Hershey, and the throw to first is somehow in time. What a recovery by Katie Hershey after it not only went off of her, but went quite a ways away. But a good throw, and there's 2 down for Maddie Parker out of UCF. Parker batting 6 of 23, 7 RBIs, 3 home runs, 5 runs scored, a 320 on base percentage for the catcher for the impact. Called strike. Oh, 1 up and away. Parker, as mentioned, coming from UCF, a freshman last year who redshirted in 2026. That's a fair ball down the third base line, just past Hershey. Parker scooted a little past first and then retreats back. That's second hit of the ball game for the impact and sets up Jayla Mitchell. They're going to bring in a temporary runner. We shall all learn together whomst it is. Mackenzie Smith. And here is the portaling Jayla Mitchell out of Memphis. 7 for 23, 304 average, 2 RBIs. A run scored for Mitchell. She's drawn 6 walks, so a 448 on base percentage. Another called strike. Oh, and 2 on Mitchell. Taylor Daniel trying to get through this second inning. Just missed 1 and 2. I like that spot for an 0-2 though. See if you get a chase from Mitchell. And there's a swing and a miss. We are through 2. No runs and 2 hits on both sides. Off to the third here on field 2. To the top of the third, and 9-10-1 due up for the Phinz. Hershey, Diaz, and Washington. Katie Hershey, portaler previously of Kentucky, trying to start something against Bunsick. Phinz had the bases loaded with one out, but a double play ended the threat in the first. Then you got Hershey, who's 9 of 23, 391 average, 7 RBIs, 2 home runs, a double, and 7 runs scored. Good pitch, 1-2. Brittany Bunsick out of Western Carolina, as we mentioned, a freshman last season for the Catamounts out of Morristown, Tennessee, was SoCon all-freshman. That's foul ball. That's foul ball. Come back. Morristown, Tennessee native, who a year ago had a 5.95 ERA, or I should say this past year, 7-6 record. Got some ABs, but not a ton there. And as I said, I think on opening day, issued the lone challenge in the fact sheet under hidden talent, which we will talk about after the 1-2 to Hershey. 2-2. Bunsick said, and I quote, "Can out-eat anyone. I've literally never lost a food-eating competition." You're on, Bree. Let me know what it is. Lobster, hamburgers, pizza, Hershey chocolate. That's my spinoff to the 2-2 to Katie Hershey. Upstairs, inside, full count. I think what I like about Bunsick, too, is she mixes a lot of different stuff. You know, there's clearly a lot of weaponry in the arsenal. I think it's all about fine-tuning each of these pitches. But to her credit, this summer she's done something that a lot of pitchers who are pretty good have struggled with, and that's just consistently get outs. Ball 4. I like the spot. That's a great take by Hershey. And the leadoff is aboard for the portaler Grace Diaz, who's 5 of 17, 294 average, with an RBI and 3 runs. On base percentage is .368. Diaz gets into it out to left and right to the waiting arms of Lindhair. It's a great piece, better positioning. 1 down. Now you've got Washington, who's 1 for 1. Singled in the first. Big old cut. Came up empty. 0-1. Wind is blowing in. It's interesting to... Well, the outfield's taking a half step in. Another swing and a miss, 0-2. That is slapped towards us. 0-2. Let's check in on the Twitter. See if anybody else has tweeted in. Nope, just Christine Miller. Christine, we thank you for your service. I'll send a group poll. Uh-oh, that kind of shifted the camera a little bit. Group poll to the viewers. What kind of food should I get for dinner tonight? You tell me on Twitter. Lots of options. I don't have a pro game. Shout out to the scheduling gods for giving me an evening. I'm open to all cuisines. Well, Destiny Washington has not yet seen a pitch she doesn't want to go after. 2 swings and misses and a bunch of fouls here. It's still 0-2. Bunsick, I like it. Tried to get the chase. Washington held off that time, 1-2. That is poke to Chisholm. Thought about trying for 2, but didn't make the throw. It was pretty good work by Chisholm because she was heading towards second, stopped, reversed course, and made the play in the 5-6 hole to set up Lily Palco, who popped out earlier. Palco entering this game hitting .440 with a pair of home runs and 7 runs scored. Bunsick buzzed the tower. Well. We do have another tweet. I'm going to read it after this pitch. A tweet from Lori Renee. That third base coach is a jack of all trades. Yes, that would be Kylie Gross over in the third base coaching box. Acting head coach presently for the Phinz. On-field acting head coach, I think would be probably the better phrasing. That's in the dirt. Not far enough for Hershey to scoot anywhere. Called strike. Anyway, Lori, thank you. And wherever he might be, Kyle says hi. Bunsick trying to work through another hitter's count, but it's Palco with the single. Just past the diving Mitchell. All right, here we go, Phinz. You got 2 on, 2 out, and one of the best power hitters in the FGCL the last 2 years stepping in, Taya Charlton. Charlton walked in the first. Didn't really get much to go after, but I would bet Bunsick goes after her a little bit harder here this time. She does, and it leads to a ground out that Mitchell takes care of herself. Fielder's choice wraps up the top of the third. Impact will send up 8, 9, 10 on the other side. Eight, 9, 10, bottom of the order, due up for the Impact. It's Boring, Nolte, and Russell facing Taylor Daniel back out in the circle. Starting off against Kaylin Boring, good to see her back in the lineup. Had a nasty hit by pitch that the leg was not pretty. But she's back in the lineup, good to go. And taking ball one. Boring 3 for 13 with 2 RBIs, a double, and 3 runs here this summer. Two and one. Ooh. Maybe that readjusted the camera. Nah. 2-2. Change up is lifted to right, and on the run, a great grab by Charlton for the first out. Got a great jump. It was kind of tailing a little bit closer to the right. There's a called strike on Cam Nolte. Nolte batting .364, 8 of 22, 6 RBIs, a double, and 2 runs. She waits on the change, and that's caught on a dive. Out in center field by Foster for out number 2. All right, so math says, Destiny Washington, you should probably prepare to run up and make a diving catch. See if that's the plan with Autumn Russell, who steps in. First pitch foul. Russell grounds that to second. No diving catch, but an easy play for Palco. And we go to the fourth. Scoreless here on field 2. Here in the fourth inning, it's Miller starting things off. 4, 5, 6. Miller, Mansfield, and Foster against Bree Bunsick. Miller stripes that out to left, and that'll fall. Nice scoop on the run to make sure there's no extra bases, but Avery Miller has a second hit today. There's some weather back behind us over downtown Bradenton that's being intrusive, but, or I should say loud, but not intrusive. Still kind of staying at a distance that I'm not necessarily concerned about. It's just being a nosy, noisy neighbor. Emma Mansfield's 0 for 1 today. Fouls off that one. 1-1. She hit into that double play in the first inning, trying to atone for that after a fantastic game against the Snowbirds on Friday. On the ground, over to third. Mitchell for 1. The turn took way too long, and it's a fielder's choice for the first out. Morgan Foster is 0 for 1. Ball. Foster flew out to left in the second inning. Phinz have had decent traffic throughout the game against Buncic, but as she's done throughout the summer, pretty much putting up zeros. It's outside, 3-0. We got more happening over on the other field. Give you an update as soon as whatever occurs. Ball 4. So Foster draws the walk. 2 on, 1 out. A 3-run homer for the Slice to go up 4-2 on the Loggerheads, bottom 3. First pitch to Belair is low for ball 1. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Beg pardon, ground out. Quick throw down. Buncic look out. 2-0.
Do a little change in stance.
Ooh, that comes in and hits her. And the bases are loaded with 1 out again for the Phinz. And it's Simone Edge. 0 for 1. Grounded out in the second. I'm going to need that noisy neighbor to stay over there because we're fairly close to the window that I'm okay with. Swing and a miss. 0-1. This would be quite the Houdini act from Buncic if she gets out of 2 bases loaded jams without a run scoring in this game. On the ground to second. There's the flip for one. The throw to first is not in time, and the Phinz get on the board. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Edge. And finally, the Phinz are able to break through. And 2 gone now for Katie Hershey. Walked earlier, first pitch foul. Hershey lines it out to left. Another run coming in for the Phinz, and it's 2-0 on the RBI single by Katie Hershey. Just smack that one right through the 5-6 hole. Ugh. This is popped up. One on one. It's in the dirt. 2-1. Two to Diaz. Popped foul. Another foul ball. Hanging tough with Bunsick right now.
Looking closer? No, no. The northeast.
This is skied on the infield. Who wants it? And it turns out the answer is Nolte. She comes in, makes a grab, and that'll wrap up a 2-run top of the 4th. And we will step aside for just a moment, and hopefully for just a moment. All right, viewers at home, we're going to be restarting in just a moment. We had lightning get a little too close, a little within the window that I'm cool with. And now it is moving away. The closest strike is further than the strike that caused us to stop. So, and we haven't had anything closer in the last 20-ish minutes, however long it was. So, we're going to be getting back underway in just a moment. A reminder, we're going to the bottom of the fourth, and the Phinz have a 2-0 lead here on field 2. Get you set for everything in just a second. Top of the order is due up for the impact here in the bottom of the fourth. They trail 2-0, and we'll see Bunsick, Linhair, and Chisholm against Taylor Daniel. So far, Daniel has gone 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both. Nope, that's wrong. That's Bunsick. For Daniel, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. I was about to say, can't be shutting out a team and giving up 2 runs. And here we go. Restart officially underway. Bunsick singled in the first. Now the 1-0 from Taylor. Bunsick lays it down beautifully, and the throw, I think, hit Bunsick. So that'll be a hit and an error, an E1, single for Bunsick on the bunt. And a first pitch strike to Sammy Linhair, who's 0 for 1. Linhair hit into a fielder's choice, or rather, actually lined into a double play back in the first, and now quickly down 0-2. Well, they're restarted over on the other field, and so far, the restart is favoring the Loggerheads. It's now 6-5, Slice, top 4. That was a 6-2 ball game. Lindhair sends that towards the staff in the hut. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. This is grounded over to second, and the throw is in time. Runner moves, 1 down. Here are those changes for the Phinz on the defensive side. You've got Taya Charlton in at short now. Catherine Hanipsiak has moved to right, and Brooke Bennett is your new third baseman. The Seminole, as you can guess by the war chant coming from the impact dugout, Harley Chisholm steps in now, and she grounds that to Charlton. This will bring in a run, and Chisholm is thrown out, 2 down. So a productive at-bat, but now 2 away in a 2-1 ball game here in the 4th. And the bases are clear for Megan Towery. It's up and away. This is skied. Everybody's giving a run. It hits off the top of the dugout. 1-1. A lot will be determined on this play, including whether the Bunsick run is earned or unearned. All depends on what Taylor Daniel does here. The 1-1 to Towery is in the dirt. 2-1. Two and two. Another foul ball right by Ashley Prangy over in the third base coaching box. Oh, wow. Thank you, Christine Miller. Sent in some seafood racks for tonight. Man, y'all rock. Thanks, Miller family. Towery skies this. And the catch is made for out number 3. That does mean the run is unearned, although, I don't know, we could go into my rant about how pitching errors making runs unearned for ERAs is kind of ridiculous. But we go to the 5th inning, 2-1. The Phinz lead the impact here on field 2. Now it's the Phinz' turn to bring up the top of the order here in the fifth. 2-1 ball game. This is our final action of the week. We also just had our first weather delay of the summer. Cheers, everyone. We did it. It took 2.5 weeks to get there. Probably a record. And now we'll see if the Phinz can add to a 2-1 lead and try and answer back. It's, as mentioned, at the top of the order, Washington, Palco, and Charlton. Upstairs to Destiny Washington, who's 1 for 2. Single and a line out today, which keeps her season average right at 500. That's a really good off-speed pitch by Bunsick. 1-1. Washington laces that out to the gap, and that'll fall all the way to the fence. The throw-in won't stop Washington from getting to second, and it's a leadoff double for the Phinz here in the fifth. Now it'll be all about the folks behind driving her in. Palco is 1 for 2. A pop out and a single so far today. Palco, the Michigan Wolverine, gets a hold of that out to left, but certainly not enough, and Washington has to stay where she is. 1 down. And you got Charlton. Newest member of the Missouri Tigers. Going to go play for Larissa Anderson up in Columbia. Try and get that squad back to the NCAA tournament. We'll see if Coach Anderson has given Missouri another brutal non-conference schedule. That was part of the problem last year. Charlton 0 for 1 in this game with a walk. Ooh, and that gets by Parker. Wild pitch moves Washington to third, and now the calculus has changed for Charlton. Anything in the outfield would, heck, anything in the infield with the infielder's back turned to the plate would probably bring in Washington, or at least would cause her to go. Doesn't exactly have a stop sign. One and one. Charlton, though, is transferred to Missouri from Georgia. Last season, Charlton was one of the best home run hitters on the Queens. Part of that offense that was so explosive last year. They did cool down a little bit come postseason, but she stayed hot throughout the summer. Two. Jammed foul into the seats. There are people there, but everyone's fine. Inside, full count. And this is going to bring in a run. No matter what happens, Charlton's safe. It's an RBI single. 3-1 Phinz on just a high chopper right over Bunsick. It was a high-quality effort by Boring to get there and at least have somewhat of a shot over at first. So it appears oh no, right over the glove of Nolte. It's Miller, another hit for her. Charlton's on third, runners on the corners. That one just, yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to describe that besides just hurtling right over the glove of Nolte as she tried to cover the bag. And how about Avery Miller? 3 for 3. And runners on the corners with one out for Catherine Hanipsiak out of Colgate, incoming freshman. Getting her first at-bat of the game. Hanipsiak so far this summer, 3 for 12 with 2 RBIs, 3 walks. Also has scored 4 times. Miller goes, no throw. And a stolen base for Avery. That's number 2 this summer. Now this game, a little bit on the teetering side for Bunsick. She's got to escape unscathed. Any more so here in the 5th. Hanipsiak fists that out to left. It's over the head of Chisholm. The throw in is not in time to get Miller, and it's another RBI for the Phinz. 4-1 as Catherine Hanipsiak pays it off here in the 5th. And that'll draw a pitching change for the Impact. We'll tell you about the new hurler in just a moment. 4-1 Phinz here in the 5th inning. New pitcher is Marley Gaskell for the Impact. Gaskell with a 4.91 ERA, 3-1 record, 25 2/3 innings, 37 hits, 23 runs, 18 earned, 8 walks and 31 strikeouts. Runners on the corners, 4-1 Phinz. And I start off Morgan Foster, who's 0 for 1 today. Foster flew out, walked and scored. Miller's on third. Hanipsiak is over on first. Foster skies this. It's a long run, and Miller has to hold. 2 gone. Heather Robertson will come in and hit in place of Belair. Robertson out of FGCU. 8 of 24, 333 average, 7 RBIs, 2 homers, a triple, 2 doubles, 9 runs. Called strike to start. Gaskell trying to work through a tough spot as a reliever. Phinz trying to get into that tie for third at 8-3 with a win. Impact trying to get to a tie for sixth. Robertson gets out in front of that foul. Here's the line for Bree Bunsick. 4 1/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks and no strikeouts. 90 pitches, 55 strikes. This Phinz offense, oh so tough. Kept putting pressure on her really from the very start. Ooh, look out. Good hold, 1-2. Just a little low on the change, 2-2. Beautiful pitch. And Gaskell comes in and gets out of a jam. 1 strikeout, got the last 2 outs, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll see if the Impact can respond as they are down to their final 9 outs, trailing by 3. New pitcher for the Phinz is Hillsdale's Katie Jonas with an 8.17 ERA. 6 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts. Coming in for Taylor Daniel here in the bottom of the 5th, trying to hold a 4-1 lead. As Bree Santangelo fouls off the first pitch. For the Impact, it's Santangelo, Matty Parker, and Jalen Mitchell. And here is the line for Daniel. 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run that was unearned, no walks, and a strikeout. Good stuff. 46 pitches, 31 strikes. Santangelo bloops that down the right field line and foul. 0-2. Santangelo grounded out in the second. As we get closer and closer to the 5 o'clock hour. The weekend beckoning. Santangelo takes the change and bloops it out in center. So a leadoff single for the Impact, and here we go. Matty Parker, 1 for 1 today. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Parker singled in the second. Impact offense has been a little quiet. Daniel did a nice job keeping them calm, not letting things get too squirrely. Now it's up to Jonas to try and do the same. Had a couple interesting scores already today. The Aquanauts stunned the Squeeze, second place Squeeze, who'd been rolling. It was 11-5. Aquanauts near the bottom of the standings get a big jolt. Parker fouls that off towards some of the vehicles. 3-2. That's on the ground over to second. They'll get the lead runner. Good quick turn by Charlton, but not in time. And Santangelo is retired, 1 down. For Jalen Mitchell, who's 0 for 1. She struck out in the second. They're going to have Smith come out and run. And a great chance for Mitchell. Try and pass the baton. By the way, the new catcher for the Phinz is Heather Robertson, staying in the game in place of Belair. One from Jonas, up and away, 2-1. 3-1. That's hit foul. And look out, incoming car. Slow down, brother. I know you're always in the splash zone around here. Full count up coming to Mitchell. This is popped up on the infield. Charlton calls off Palco, makes a grab. And up comes Kalen Boring, who's 0 for 1. Boring flew out to right in the third. It was a pretty good catch by Charlton, who's now at short. Runner goes, and the throw is to no one. So Smith steals. He'll technically go for Parker because courtesy runners are kept statistically different in here, and there's really no way to change it, but that's how it goes. So runner in scoring position for Boring now. This is chopped to Palco. She stays with it and makes the stop in the throw for out number 3. So the Impact continues to really struggle to get a lot of base runners and bring them around when they do. We go to the 6th. Phinz nursing a 4-1 lead here on field 2. That's sweet. I guess we're doing a birthday thing for Emma Mansfield in the dugout while Simone Edge is at the plate. It's 8, 9, 10. Edge, Bennett, and Diaz. Edge pops that up. That's going to get out of play. Ooh. 0-2. Simone Edge is 0 for 2 with an RBI fielder's choice. Facing Marley Gaskell, who's been pumping strikes since she entered. 11 pitches, 9 of them have found the zone. That one did not. Upstairs, 1 and 2. That one misses high as well, 2 and 2. Back to the circle. Easy does it for Gaskell. And the lefty gets the PFP. So 1 gone for Brooke Bennett, getting her first AB of this game. She has already played a game today. Pitched in for the squeeze. And Bennett smokes it. That's gone! On a rope, on a line, and out of the yard. Brooke Bennett with a solo shot to make it 5-1 Phinz in the 6th. Second home run of the summer for Brooke Bennett. And now she's got 5 RBIs. And that just adds to the cushion. This Impact offense will have to try and find a way. First pitch ball to Grace Diaz, who's 0 for 2. Diaz skies this over to second. Boring's there. There's out number 2. But back to the top of the order with Washington, who's 2 for 3. A double and a run for the Portaler coming from UCF. Started career up at Marshall. Ground ball over to Nolte. She'll step on the bag. And she didn't run it out. Nolte makes the play and ends the inning. And we go to the home half of the 6th. 5-1. Phinz up. 9-10-1 for the impact. As they try and answer back, get something going against Katie Jonas, Nolte, Russell, and Bunsick. And Nolte will start with a base hit out to left field. Went down and got that. That was pretty low. And here we go. 5th hit for the impact. They've got Autumn Russell, player out of Western Carolina, 0 for 1. That is ripped out to right, and she's burned. That's all the way to the fence. Nolte hustles. She'll stop at third. Double for Russell. 2 in scoring position for the impact, and a great chance here in the 6th. Well, that was way over Hanipsiak's head. There's nothing she could do about it. And now you've got Bunsick up, who's 2 for 2. A run scored on her card as well. She can drive in some runs here. Called strike. Came up empty. 0-2. For the impact, though, you just got base hits from 9 and 10. You have set up the top of your order. There for a reason. This is who you want up. On deck is Linhair. You've got Chisholm and Towery waiting behind. The moment is now for the Manatee impact. Down 4. Grounded foul. Bunsick, slow roller to third, and that is a non-force. The tag wasn't there, and a run will score. I don't know if I love the choice to go to third. Runners on the corners, it's 5-2. So Bunsick now has an RBI to add to her total, and you've got Sammy Linhair 0 for 2 today. Chisholm is on deck, and there's still nobody out, by the way. So the tying run is at the plate. Bunsick holds. It was high, 1-0. Impact did call time before this AB, trying to, I'm sure, think of what to generate. Bunt popped up. Robertson's got it. And the throw to first won't be in time. But a massive mistake for out number 1. Now, though, you've got Chisholm. One of the league leaders in batting average is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Chisholm sends that. Uh-oh. Ooh, just shy of that giant, very nice white truck who's parked in the splash zone. 1-1. On deck is Towery, who's already hit a walk-off home run for the Impact this summer. That was off the Mox. Can't do that in the bottom of the sixth, but not sure you want to give her a chance with the bases loaded. Bunsick takes off and slides in safely on the stolen base. 3-1. Full count. Over on the other field, top of the seventh, 9-5 Slice over the Loggerheads. Slice trying to stay up at the top of the standings. They look like they're on their way. Here it's a 3-2 from Jonas to Chisholm. Ball four. They are loaded up for Megan Towery. The Impact has put themselves in a great spot here in the sixth. And the big-time RBI producer, Towery, who already has a walk-off home run, is going to try and get the big swing that changes this game completely. She's 0 for 2, and she chases upstairs. Fly out and a fly out to different sides, left and right. Little in. 1-1. One, two. In on the hands, got a piece to stay alive. Like that spot a lot from Jonas. Full count. All right. Nowhere to put her. This is the best RBI producer. Most on the team. Next highest is Maddie Parker with 7. Towery's got 13. Payoff is chopped to Charlton, and she dropped it. Oh, an opportunity to get an out. Instead, it's an E6, and they're still loaded. 5-3 ball game. He was thinking a little bit too much about getting that out at third. Now you've got Santangelo, who's 1 for 2. In the dirt. Bree Santangelo with a ground out and a single here today. tying run in scoring position. And she's got great speed. It's Chisholm. Out here wrapping up the week. It's very apropos that we've had our first lightning delay on getaway day, and we've got this lengthy battle between these two teams. That's sent foul, 2-2. So I double check. Yeah, I've been on the air for 2 hours and 8 minutes. Foul again. Again foul. Oh my gracious. Towery over there at first base. Jonas desperately trying to get out of this inning. But the impact, the quality of the at-bats has improved drastically. Absolutely. And just not nearly as much mishits, chases of balls out of his own. Ball 4, that'll walk in a run, and it's a 1-run ball game. Kylie Gross is going to come out and have a word with Jonas. Oh, it looks like we are the last show in town. Yes, indeed. The Slice has taken down the Loggerheads 9-5, so we are it. It's always me. You know what? That's fine. I'd rather be here than anywhere else. So bases loaded, 1 out, and here is Maddie Parker. Smoked up the middle. This will tie the game. Towery holds, and Parker has the RBI single to square it up at 5. Squared up that pitch and sent it right back past Jonas. And now what a chance for Jayla Mitchell. Smith is going to come run for Parker. But man, oh man, Jayla Mitchell, this is a great opportunity, a strikeout and a pop out today. First pitch foul. So now the 7th matters quite a bit to the Phinz. They've got 2, 3, 4 due up in that inning. The question is, will it be in a tie game or will it be their final 3 outs? One on one. Mitchell, center field, carrying, gone! No, off the top of the wall. I thought it was gone. And now Mitchell's caught in a rundown. Oh, look out. This is going to be a nightmare to score. There's the tag. Everybody else is good. 2 outs. Whew. Impact leads at 6-5. It's an RBI single for Mitchell. I could have sworn that hit off over the fence. But instead it was off the top of the wall. Great relay in by Foster, and I think everybody was confused at first. Now ball 1 to Boring, who's 0 for 2. Oh man, thought that was a grand slam. So my bad to Jayla Mitchell's family if they're watching. Tough thing to miss see. That being said, I'm calling my 24th game this week, so it's not quite true. It's like 17. Big swing from Boring. All right, so now we know for sure that the Phinz are down to their final 3 outs. Will the deficit be 1 or more? Look out, everybody. That's foul. 2-2. Ball 4. Boring has the free pass. They are loaded yet again. And this time it's Cam Nolte. Remember Cam Nolte? She started this inning with a single through the left side. Part of a 1 for 2 day with a run. That run, of course, was scored in this inning. Nolte gets into this out to left. I'll wait to see. And that's off the fence, too. The throw into third won't be in time, and Nolte has a 2 RBI double to make it 8-5 Impact. What an inning. A 7 spot here in the 6th. And now Russell, who's 1 for 2. Had a double and a run earlier in this inning. First pitch foul. Fouled off, 0-2. Russell smokes it up the middle. High chopper, and that'll bring in another run. An 8 spot for the Impact. And they've got him on the corners as the hits just keep coming. Now for the Phinz. Well, the run rule run is on deck, so you've got to stop the bleeding now. This is becoming a little unruly. You got the top of the order. That's strike one to Bunsick, who's 2 for 3. A single, and then hit into a fielder's choice and scored in the 6th. That's foul. The 6th is, of course, this very inning. Russell scoots up on the wild pitch, 1-2. Over to short, Charlton. The throw is not in time. Another run will score. Just too slow developing. But there's not much Charlton can do there because if you charge, you run the risk of overrunning it. It's a great day now for Bunsick. And the game-ending run is at the plate. Sammy Lindhair, 0 for 3. Line out, ground out, pop out on a bunt her last time up. She'll be swinging away here. She can wrap this up right here. Does not have a home run here this summer and now down 0-2 in the count. Lindhair skies this out to left field, and that should end the inning, and it will. But 9 runs come in, and suddenly the Phinz are down to their final 3 outs. Impact trying to pull the upset, up 10-5 after 6. Here in the 7th, the wind has shifted in and the sun has shifted rather rudely right on top of me. This game is turned on a dime. Absolutely on a dime. Phinz controlled it most of the way. But now down to their final 3 outs. 2, 3, 4 due up. Paco, Charlton, and Miller. This is a tough play and a base hit. Chisholm really didn't have much of a chance on that. And here we go. Base runner with nobody out. Gaskell back in the circle. This is Charlton, who's 1 for 2. A walk, a fielder's choice, a single, and a run for Taya today. If you're the Phinz, the goal is to get the tying run to the plate by hook or by crook. This is the right part of the order to have up to set up the chance. On deck is Miller, who's 3 for 3. Two-0 from Gaskell is low, 3-0. Palco, by the way, with that hit, is now 2 for 4 today. Ball 4. All right. 2 on, nobody out, and here's Avery Miller. Avery today, single, single, single. Aggressive first pitch foul. Gaskell in relief has gone an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. That walk came just a moment ago to Charlton. Trying to hang on and get this win. Swing and a miss. Massive strikeout for Gaskell. There's the first. And now it's Hanipsiak. Hanipsiak is 1 for 1 with an RBI. The kid going to Colgate, incoming freshman, who calls time and takes a beat. One and two. Rise goes high, 2 and 2. And another strikeout for Gaskell. 2 straight, and the impact is an out away from one of the bigger comebacks we've seen here this summer. The biggest is 6. It was a 4-run ball game going to the bottom of the 6th. And now it's up to Morgan Foster, who's 0 for 2. Couple flyouts and a walk with a run scored for the player out of McNeese. 2-0. The other game finished a while ago. We're the last one here this week. Back on Monday. You can find the schedule on social media. That's a swinging bunt. Parker handles the throw, and that'll do it. What a comeback for the Impact. From down 5-1 to a 10-5 winner. Marley Gaskell gets the win. Katie Jonas takes the loss. And with the win, the Impact moves up to 5-6 on the summer in that two-way tie for 6th place. The Phinz drop a game in that pace for 3rd. They're now 5th alone at 7-4. That wraps up our week here at the FGCL. What a week it's been. We had a little bit of everything. And now we get a day of rest before we come back on Monday and bring you another week of action ahead of the 4th of July. For everyone from the FGCL, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long. Impact wins it 10-5 over the Phinz. We'll see you on Monday for more softball here at the FGCL.